Welcome to the channel Physics Made Easy. Today we will discuss reflection by spherical mirrors. You know what are spherical mirrors? Consider sphere of glass. Okay, if a glass sphere is taken and I will show here like I am showing at the blackboard, so it is in 2D. So it is not a circle. Imagine that it is a glass sphere. And if polish is done like this, outer surface is polished, okay, then cut this part of the sphere, then what will you get? This one. Polished side, no reflection. Reflection will take place from the cave side. Look, from this side. That's why its name is concave mirror. Learn that light is reflected from the cave side. So this is concave mirror. How the spherical mirror is produced? It is formed because polish is done at the glass sphere on the outside of it. What will happen if you make the polish on the inner surface? I am talking about the glass sphere, and if the polish is done like this and a portion is cut, suppose this portion is cut here, then what will be this? This will be a spherical mirror which has the reflecting surface as this bulging one. So from the convex side reflection takes place. That's why this reflecting surface is convex and its name is convex mirror. So how to learn the name? The side from which the reflection takes place. Okay, so two spherical mirrors, one convex in which light is reflected from the convex side and other concave through which the cave side is reflecting surface. Now both the mirrors are made from the sphere of glass having this center. This is called center of curvature. So in the mirror diagram, it is a very important point to learn how you will define center of curvature. The mirror is a part of a glass sphere whose center is called center of curvature. And whatever is the portion of the mirror, its midpoint, this is called pole. Here this will be midpoint and this is called pole. So C is center of curvature, and what is pole? Midpoint of the geometrical, this center of this portion of the mirror. This is called pole. The line joining pole and center of curvature. If this is the pole for concave mirror, this is the pole for convex mirror, then this will be the line joining. This is called PC. PC line is called principal axis. Okay, so what is principal axis? The line joining pole and center of curvature. For convex mirror, C will be here on this side if you draw it separately. So this will be the PC. For concave mirror, here if it is C, then you will find this line. This is PC, principal axis. One more point. Distance between P and C, or any of the distance of the point C from the circumference, these all are radii. So PC is also one of them. This PC, that is the line joining PC and the total line joining. So this line may be of any length, but radius of curvature is again defined as the curvature. defined as the radius of that glass sphere whose part is the convex mirror or concave mirror. These are the main terms. Despite of knowing these things, you should know one more term, that is called aperture. What do you mean by aperture? Suppose if you cut this from the sphere, you know this I am showing here 2D, it is not a line, it is a spherical part, and you will be having this one. Suppose this one will be the surface or not? This one will be the reflecting surface for the concave mirror. When you cut this portion, then you will get the portion which is like the bowl or plate. Then this surface, this is called aperture, or the diameter of this reflecting surface is called aperture, and this is the radius of aperture. Normally, for the mirrors in which you study in your syllabus, they are of very small radius of aperture. That is, they are very small and straight one, less curvature and less radius of aperture. If you draw this one, then curvature is less, this is I have shown here, and this is less, and this R is, this one is called radius of curvature. With these terminology, how the rays, incident, reflected, what are the rules of reflection and sign convention, we will see. Now let's see how the reflected rays or the ray diagram is drawn from the spherical mirror. Let's see from the concave mirror. If this is the concave mirror, then we have seen what is this point called? Pole. And the mirror is part of a sphere whose center is called center of curvature. So the line PC passing through the line, a line passing through point P and C. What is this line called? Principal axis. First rule, that whenever a ray is parallel to the principal axis, a ray incident at mirror is if parallel to the principal axis like this, then what happens? If you join this point C with the point of incidence, then this will be the angle of incidence. This ray will be normal to the surface. So what will happen? At the same angle, it is reflected. So the ray is reflected in this way, making same angle with the normal, because angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. What will happen in case of convex mirror? If this is the convex mirror, how will you draw the principal axis? Look, this circle will be on this side, so this will be center of curvature, this will be pole. If a ray is incident on convex mirror parallel to the principal axis, this is the reflecting side, this is the incident ray, then how will you draw the reflected ray? Again, this is point of incidence, you join this point of incidence with center of curvature. What will be this? Radius, that is normal. Normal is extended, then whatever is the angle of incidence, same will be the angle of reflection. So the ray will reflect like this, making the same angle with the normal. That's why, since the rays are converged towards axis and this reflected ray is going away from the principal axis, this is called diverging mirror and this is called converging mirror. Which mirror is converging? Concave. Which mirror is diverging? Convex. Okay. In your syllabus, as I told, that the mirrors are of the small aperture and straight. Look, straight and small aperture means this one. I have drawn this concave mirror and I have taken this as center of curvature, this as pole. The ray which is incident parallel to the principal axis and very near to the pole or very near to the principal axis, such rays are called paraxial rays. In your syllabus, since this radius of curvature, aperture is very small, so all the rays are supposed to be paraxial rays. Otherwise, for the bigger mirrors, the rays which are nearer to margin, they are called marginal rays, and the rays nearer to the principal axis, they are called paraxial rays. So whatever I am going to say is that for the paraxial rays which are parallel to the principal axis, they are reflected by the mirror obeying the rules of reflection in such a way that they pass through the focus in case of concave mirror, and in case of convex mirror they will appear to pass through focus. Look here, what will happen in case of convex mirror? If this is PC, what will you find? That if the ray is parallel to the principal axis and very near to the principal axis, parallel and very near to the principal axis like this, then this ray, this is the midpoint, suppose this F, then this ray, if you see, will be reflected in such a way that it will appear to pass through a point. These 2 points are called focal point or focus. This is the focus of concave mirror. This is the focus of convex mirror. Again, one point. It is said that concave mirror has real focus. Focus of concave mirror is real and focus of convex mirror is virtual. So it is. Look, the reflected ray really passes through the focus. So its focus is real. Here the reflected ray appears to pass through focus. So this focus is virtual. Okay. Again, if any of the ray is passing through the focus for mirrors having less or a small radius of aperture, then a ray which is incident passing through the focus at the mirror, then it will become parallel. Look here, I have reversed the case. So here also, if a ray is incident on the convex mirror in such a way that it appears to pass through focus, then from reflection, what will happen? This ray will become parallel to the principal axis. Note down, the rays parallel to the principal axis, they come from infinity, and the rays which are reflected parallel to the principal axis, they go to the infinity. Okay, so these are the rules that parallel rays are supposed to be focused. If you take another ray like this incident, both are parallel to the principal axis. Okay, I am taking the first one case, this one, then what will you get here? That this ray is in this way, this ray will be reflected in this way, that is both will pass through the focus. So all such rays which are parallel to the principal axis are incident, then they will pass through focus in concave and they will appear to pass through focus like this. This is the also parallel ray and it will appear to pass through focus on extending backward. So this is virtual focus and this is real focus. Another diagram for rules of reflection, that any of the ray which is passing through C will retrace its path. For example, in case of concave mirror, if any ray passes through C and it is incident, then this will be the reflected, because it is normal incident. Nor for normal incidence I0, R0. Here also, if you are given a question that draw the reflected ray for convex mirror, you will take the scale, and if you join that this is supposed to be meeting at point C, then you just draw an arrow like this. This will be the incident ray as well as it will be reflected ray. Make only the arrow. So, parallel to the principal axis will pass through focus, and all the rays which are marginal rays for the bigger mirrors, they will pass through a point after reflection on the principal axis, but that is not focus. Remember this point. I will show you. Okay. Let's see, for convex mirror, if this is the principal axis, pole, this is C, and a ray which is parallel to the principal axis at this point, you join this point of incidence with the center of curvature, and what will be this line joining the point of incidence and center of curvature? This will be also radius of curvature, that will be normal to the mirror. Now, what will happen at the same angle, forming the same angle with this dotted line, the ray will be reflected like this. Okay. So, this reflected ray is passing through this point. Suppose this is F. These two angles, angle of reflection and angle of incidence, both will be same, and this ray is parallel to the principal axis, so this angle will be same. Look here, this. So this angle, alternate angle to this angle. What happens if you draw a normal from the point F to the line CM? This is suppose the normal N, this is 90 degree. Okay. What is CM? Total R. Then these two portion will be same. This will be R by 2, this will be R by 2. Will it be or not? Look, because this distance of F to C and F to M will be same, because these two angles are same. Look, in the triangle, if you draw the triangle like this, okay, this is F and this is C and this is M. Since these two angles are same, so these two sides will be also same. Okay. So if this is R by 2, this is also R by 2. And in this triangle, suppose this distance is X from F to C. Look, then if you draw a right angle triangle in this way, that this is point N, you write here, this is N, this is F and this is C. F to C is distance X, this angle is theta and this is R by 2. What will be sec theta here? If you see sec theta, then sec theta will be X upon R by 2. Look here, from this relation, then this will be X upon R by 2. Look here, these two sides are same. If you write that what is PC, this is also R, then you will write here this PC equal to R. Therefore, what will be X? X will be R minus this FP. Okay. If you write what is FP, you see here that this FP in terms of X, how can you write? Now this FP is, suppose F, then you write here X equal to R minus F. What is X? You can write R by 2 sec theta. So you put here R by 2 sec theta and this will be equal to R minus F. This implies that F equal to R minus R by 2 sec theta. This is the relation of for a spherical mirror between its focal length and radius of curvature. For rays which are very near to the principal axis, that is paraxial rays, and in our syllabus these mirrors are of very small aperture, then all the rays incident on them supposed to be paraxial. What will happen if suppose this ray is coming here near to the axis, then this theta will be small, and you know for theta very small, if you write theta very small, then sine theta is 0 and cos theta is 1. We write nearly 0 or 0 and cos theta 1. Then cos theta 1, so sec theta will be 1, and for paraxial rays or very small aperture mirror, this f will be r minus r by 2, then theta will be, sec theta will be 1, and then we read this relation f equal to r by 2. Normally in books this relation is given. So in this way actual relation is f equal to r minus r by 2 sec theta for all mirrors, and for smaller mirrors in mirrors of a small aperture, f equal to r by 2. Okay. Another important definition, that is, what do you mean by focal plane? Look, this is the concave mirror, this is convex mirror. If the parallel set of rays which are not parallel to the principal axis but they are parallel themselves, I have taken these two rays which are parallel, they are incident at the mirror, then what happens? Look, for this ray you will draw the reflected ray like this. How? This ray is making certain angle with the principal axis, this CP is principal axis as well as radius of curvature and normal, so same will be the angle of reflection. And for this ray you will find that this ray, if you join this point C with point M, then this at the same angle it will be reflected. So it will be reflected in such a way that this reflected ray will pass through this point. Now what happens? Parallel set of rays after reflection by mirror, their meeting point lies in a plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis. This is called focal plane. The focus here in this plane. So again, what do you mean by focal plane? A plane parallel to the principal axis in which at this plane at any point the parallel set of rays after reflection through the mirror meet. So in case of convex mirror, this meeting point is just normally below the focal point in the focal plane. This is called focal plane. Here in case of convex mirror, if you take a ray which is incident at the principal axis and it will be reflected in such a way that on extending back, suppose it passes like this. Okay, if you draw it earlier than the drawing second ray, if you draw this focal plane and you take another ray which is parallel to the incident ray, then what will happen? It will be reflected in such a way that on extending back it will pass through the point, with this meeting point will be just below the focus, this meeting point. So this will be reflected ray. So these two rays are reflected, they are meeting, they appears to meet at a point which is normally below the point F in a plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis. This plane is called focal plane. So in this way we have seen what is the meaning of focal plane. Next video we will see sign convention rules and image formation by plane spherical mirrors. Thank you.